Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Shera Energy Limited Q1 FY26 earnings conference call hosted by Kirin Advisors Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Samiksha Ramtike from Kirin Advisors Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. On behalf of Kirin Advisors, I welcome you all to the conference call of Shera Energy Limited. From management team, we have Mr. Sheikh Naseem, Chairman and Managing Director, and Ms. Jyoti Goyal, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer. Now, I hand over the call to Ms. Naseem, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sheikh Naseem, the Managing Director of Shera Energy Limited. So now I'm ready to answer any queries or questions from your side. We have already submitted our figures, and that you must have all seen. And you may come up with your queries, please.
Thank you very much. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question comes from the line of Ajay Kale, an investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, congratulations for the great quarter. Just would like to know two things. What is your outlook for second half of the year? And do you see any kind of risk as of now with respect to your export business? Thank you.
Second half, you mean to say H2, or you mean to say quarter two of this first half?
I'm talking about second half, that is quarter 3 and quarter 4. You can just give us your
second half is always historically second half has always performed better than first half, and first half normally the consolidation phase for all government budgets and tendering, all those things happen. Second half normally is more of execution and aggression. So in line, the thing that we have done into first half, rather half of first half, I am very much hopeful that the company is going to excel its performance by a substantial number in the second half of this financial year.
Okay.
Yeah. And you were asking me about the challenges looking to the global scenario. I think you are speaking for US, huh?
Yeah, specifically to US because...
specifically to US. Yeah. You see, the major part of our business is not dependent on export. We are majorly doing our business into the Indian local global market. Our export composition varies from 7 to 10% of our total volumes. So, and the US, we have supplied to a very, very small quantities, not a very significant and substantial quantities. Although we were successful in breaking up with Hitachi, breaking into Hitachi, but they are that also is under consideration, and the Hitachi people are also waiting for things to normalize and let this. So the anticipated orders that we were anticipating for this financial year from Hitachi of 100 metric ton, that is still awaited. So let's keep but our performance is not backed by US requirements or US economy. Our exports are majorly into Middle East and the South African countries. So I don't foresee any major challenge to be there for this year or even in the coming year.
Okay, great. My last question is, in your current set of customers, I believe you have close to 300 odd customers. So what percentage of business is happening directly to the customers, and is there any channel which exists in your business?
Is there any channel?
Channel, yeah. I mean to say dealer, distributors, or
No.
entirely happens
Our
at a customer
major
place?
operation is B2B. We are not doing a lot into B2C segment. So there is no channel partners or distributor network in our sales side. But the customers that we normally have for last couple of years, they are intact. And as their capacities are increasing, our volumes are increasing. And some addition of 5-7% every year, we add up with the new customers. So that process is ongoing, and we are doing good onto that.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we move towards the next question, we would like to remind participants you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question comes from the line of Dhanraj Tolani, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. You may please go on.
Okay. So I have a couple of questions with me. So I'll just start with the first one. As the consolidated total income grew 31% around, so how is this volume growth versus the price realization? Like it is in respect to the growth. So what was the volume growth and versus price realization?
Volume growth was in the range of 22% around, and price growth was in the range of 8 to 10%, roughly to that level. So whatever growth we have taken, 2/3 has come through our volume growth, and 1/3 is through the price acceleration.
Okay. And also, what factors contributed to the PBT growth, and how sustainable are these drivers? So, if we go ahead for midterm, so are these sustainable?
Margins are going to sustain. As I told you, last year, if you compare our last year balance sheet to the previous year, there was a decline in PBT, and which I all have appraised to all my investors, that if you see our growth from 800 to 1270 crores happened without any increase into working capital requirements in the company. So whatever growth we had to sacrifice on our sales price. Our cash required in the business was substantially high, which was not in place with the banks. And this year, fortunately, we have managed that working capital liquidity with us. And thus, we are not very panic sellers or aggressive sellers and reduce on the price. So this year, the company has able to get a better EBITDA margins, and I think that it is going to sustain, rather improve.
Okay. Okay. So, do we have any significant supply chain concerns or any raw material procurement challenges in Q1?
Sir, in supply chain as a group, we are dependent on three major raw materials. One is the scraps that we need, that is used for recycling. Then we need base metal, which we source from Vedanta and Hindalco. So there is no major constraints in our supply chain, and we are dealing with them for last 25 years. So we have never faced any challenge in getting materials from them. Scrap recycling, this is a new thing that we added in our group, and the model of purchase that we have inducted in our company is sufficient to maintain the regular supply of our scrap, because major sourcing of scrap is coming through the customers whom we supply the finished goods. So we have a buyback arrangement of whatever scrap they produce, we buy it back from them. So there is not going to be any major substantial threat or challenge into our supply chains. Yeah.
Okay. So if we let's go with the consolidated financials. So if we break down the contribution from like different type of subsidiaries. So can I get the bifurcation around the subsidiaries? Like what made this performance?
What do you mean in terms of top lines?
Top line or PAT, whatever, like the PBT growth or the top line growth.
On consolidated basis, whatever Rajputana has, we have 51% holding into that. So our profit is coming through 51% from there. And in Shera Metal, that is another subsidiary where we hold roughly 85% of our equities. So from there also the profit margins are coming.
Okay. And like, do we have like one more like Shera Zambia? So
Shera Zambia, the profit margins are not very substantial because there the investment phase is going on. So return on investment, that's the only small portion that we are getting in our balance sheet. But major thing of business operation that will start by end of second quarter, I hope. So in the second half of this year, you will see profits coming from Zambia as well.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Okay.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Mahesh Seth, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Very clearly, sir.
Yeah. So my first question is like, can you elaborate on the operational efficiencies or any process improvements that contributed to the EBITDA growth in this quarter?
That's a constant process that we adopt on year-to-year basis. We do our required R&D and process controls, and that definitely helps us to improve our EBITDA lines. But the major EBITDA growth has come through our sales networking, where we have once our short-term funding was in place, so we were not that aggressive in selling the material at a very competitive rates. Now we have started driving our own prices, and that is helping the company to improve its EBITDA line.
Okay, got it. And my second question will be like, what was the capacity utilization across your manufacturing units in this quarter, like both in India and overseas?
Overseas, if you put together, I can give you assessment. All together, overseas and all this, the operating cannot be more than 60 to 65%.
Okay, and can you tell me like for India alone?
India alone is roughly 75 to around 80%.
Okay, 75 to 80.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And also, can you share the contribution of export revenues to this total income, and how you see this like evolving in future quarters and the whole year?
Export this year has been in the range of roughly 5% till now, and I expect exports we have touched in the range of 7 to 10%. So I expect to be doing it in the similar ways. So as our top line is growing by 30-35%, similarly the export sales are also growing. So I can see there will be a rise in export sales also by 30-35%, 40%. But since it is having a total impact of just 7 to 10 or 8 to 10% of our total sales, so even if you grow further by 10%, does not make a major impact if you talk in terms of a total quantity, total volume. So my exports will be in the range of 7%, 8%, around that figure. Yeah.
Okay, 7 to 8%. Got it. And like, how has the integration of Shera Zambia Limited progress so far? And have there been any early challenges in the copper cathode plant operations?
No. That challenges time we have already crossed. So we are about to commence our production very soon. We have already had a suitable plant to manufacture this. So renovation and all those things are going on. I expect by end of this quarter, second quarter, we shall be into commercial productions.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the information. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Vinod Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, hi. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, how do the product mix and value-added offering compare between domestic and international markets?
Product mix and?
Value-added offerings, like how do they compare between domestic and international markets?
The prices of our item is totally backed by the demand and supply gap. If the demand is high, in international markets, the prices of international goes higher than the domestic market. And it's the vice versa as well. Presently, the domestic market is having a substantial demand, and rather I will say it's performing better than the international market. So the prices in India are better than the exports.
Okay, sir. And so next question is like, what's the revenue growth guidance for next year, FY26? How much will be driven by capacity expansion or market expansion?
The company's subsidiary are in path of making their capex, and we have already secured some term lending from our banker. So that investment is in process, but I am hopeful that in the last quarter of this financial year, we shall be in position to commence our production with those capex. If I compare on terms of absolute numbers for this FY26, their contribution is not going to be more than 5 to 7% overall. But next year, their contribution is going to help our top line to grow further by 35 to 40%.
Okay, so great. And sir, next question is regarding the Zambia copper plant. So what is the current status and timeline, like ramping up the Zambia copper plant? What's the annual capacity right now?
That plant is having annual capacity of 1,200 metric tons per annum. And initially, for first year, I expect it to be doing around 700 to 800 tons for next financial year. But once everything is streamlined, the supply of ore and all those things are done, then company may think of further doing the capex there and scale up our operations to roughly 6,000 tons a year. Sorry.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Beyond Zambia, there are any other international geographies like where you are actively exploring for the expansion?
That definitely is there. Some dialogues are going on, and once that materializes, then soon it will be intimated to the exchange.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question comes from the line of Bhakti Vora from Unity Finance. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. So,
Good afternoon.
Is there a roadmap to align your operations with global sustainability standards?
Madam, your voice is not clear to me. Your voice
very
is
low,
going.
We are
Is
unable to
there a
hear.
roadmap now? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a roadmap to align your operations with global sustainability standards given growing demand from export clients or ESG compliance suppliers?
Madam, what company is right now focusing not for our exports, rather to curb imports. So my intention is to replace the material that are being imported by India and manufacture it into India itself. So our focus is more onto those lines, and we are working very aggressive on that. And hopefully, I told you, in the last quarter, we will be in position to give you some results on some products that we are going to develop, which are basically an import substitution for our country.
And the NSE listing approval for preferential equity shares was highlighted. So could you share the quantum raised and how these funds will be utilized?
Will be utilized. I have for preferential, you are asking for? The object of the preferential you are asking for?
Mm-hmm.
That is a three-month-old story, madam. Those objects were already declared.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Sneha Jain from Green Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I remember talking to you last quarter about the growth guidance, and you mentioned that roughly Shera will grow with 30%. So if we can recall, then we were at around 524 in FY22, and then it went to 697, and then 8, above 8, and in FY25 it was around 1280. So where do we can see Shera in next 5 years?
Very interesting question. You can see we have been growing at a constant pace of 30 to 40, 45% around. To maintain that pace, the energy will be there, the money and everything has to be there. And I expect this journey to continue for further 10 years.
Any guidance for 27?
Madam, I'm not authorized to speak on short term what we are going to, but I can tell you, you have seen my history for last 3-4 years, and the trend that we are maintaining, that trend we are going to excel, not only maintain for coming 10 years.
Fair enough. Also, just to understand, how do you think this Zambia you recently acquired would benefit Indian, material sourcing strategy in India?
Madam, Zambian operation is basically backed to reduce our cost of purchase. We are there to take the raw material at the rock bottom prices. Nothing can be cheaper if you source from the mines directly. You got me? So my requirement of this metal is roughly 800-900 tons a month. So I have just invested for getting only 100 tons a month. So that will cater me. That is only 10% of my requirements. So this is the initial phase of investment. Once it works okay, then I will be working more onto replacing my existing supply chain more into Zambian operation.
Good to know, sir. Also, how is our working capital cycle compared to last quarter?
It's improving, madam. It's improving. It's also improving.
Also, any specific approach you are looking for, like for hedging copper price volatile? And
we have a proper hedging desk in our company, and this is not new. We are doing our hedging for last 25 years. Company has never had any impact of positive or negative growth in metal prices. We keep ourselves secured by selling first and buying then. So that's the hedging practice we have followed for years together, and we are very much well versed on that.
Good to hear, sir. I think this is from my side. That's it from my side. All the best. And looking forward to
Thank
next
you,
call.
madam. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Chirag Sundesha, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question. I had two questions basically. One is, when will the Zambia facility start? And you had mentioned 100 crore capex on that Zambia facility, if I'm not wrong. So what would be the revenue guidance and margin guidance on the same?
Sorry to submit that you have heard me wrong. I have never used 100 crore capex. I have used capex to suitable to make 100 tons.
Okay, 100 tons. Yeah. Sorry.
So this is one correction. And what was your first question?
First question was that when does Zambia facility start production, and what would be the revenue and margin?
Zambian operations may commence our production. We are at the final stages of doing our trial runs. So I expect by end of September we should be into production.
So Q3 basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And any revenue and margin guidance from the facility?
Pardon?
Revenue and margin guidance from that facility? How much revenue can that facility generate, and margins?
There are projections, but nothing database.
Okay.
There will be a revenue growth of around 50 odd crores for this FY.
Okay.
With margins of expecting around 10% plus.
10% plus margins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my second question is on when will your cable capacity start?
That's almost about to start. We have got one ISI license already we have, and we have started fighting the government tender. One more ISI license is awaited for insulated ones, and I expect by 2 months we will be in position to get all the requisite licenses, and then we will be into commercial production.
So again, Q3, right?
Q3, yeah. Q3, Q4, you will have the data for cables.
Got it. And what would be the revenue and margin guidance from the cable business or cable capacity?
It is going to contribute 30-40 CR or around 70 CR in this range for this FI.
40 to 70 crores.
Yeah.
Okay. And margin guidance?
It will be operating at a better EBITDA than what we are doing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Mahesh Seth, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I had couple of questions. Capacity utilization for aluminum and copper products improved in FY26. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Be very clear and loud and clear.
Yeah. So what I was talking, right? Capacity utilization for aluminum and the copper products improved in this quarter compared to previous quarter. So what measures do this rebound, and do you expect to sustain and improve utilization in these coming quarters?
Definitely, sir. We will be improving our utilizations, and we are improving on that. On quarter-to-quarter basis, we are improving our capacity utilization. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And the total consolidated installed capacity, which is at around 46,750
metric tons. Yeah.
So, is there plan to further expand capacity in India? As you earlier said that Indian capacity utilization is around 70 to 75 to 80%.
Sir, if you look at the history of the company, every year we add some more capex into our product lines.
Okay.
That's a routine thing that company has always done. As our customers are growing, their requirements are growing, and we have to stand and support their growing requirements.
Yeah.
And beyond them, we are adding 5-7% of new customers every year.
Yes.
So we have to constantly act on increasing our capacity on a regular basis. We cannot remain to run the operations without increasing our capex. So with the growth in the market size, if I don't prepare myself, somebody else will do it.
Yeah.
So that vacuum has not to be generated.
Okay.
So that's an ongoing process, and we constantly do it.
Okay. And so there's one more. Like, how much of the Zambia copper cathode production will be used for captive consumption versus external sales?
For first year, it will be roughly 5% of our total requirement.
Okay.
And once everything goes is smooth line, then next year we are planning to replace it to 20%.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for answering.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Vinod Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just have a couple of more questions. So, are there any diversification plans into allied product categories beyond winding wires and strips? Any diversification plan into allied product categories beyond winding wires and strips?
My friend, we are not diversifying. We are rather adding to our existing product lines.
Okay.
There are two different things. Either you are diversifying from your main line, or you are putting your capex more into your own line. So diversification is totally different. Diversification we do with our due diligence and thorough working. But regular capex we do on a regular interval.
So do you see any domestic demand trend for winding wires evolving over the next 2-3 years? Do you see any domestic trend for winding wires evolving over the next 2-3 years, particularly from the transformer and EV sector, which is on really rise?
I can foresee a very big demand coming up. Yeah.
And can you share some view on global copper demand supply scenario and its impact on your business? Can you share your view on global copper demand supply scenario and its impact on our business?
Sir, we are too small as compared to the global supply chain and requirement. Even Vedanta is also not that substantially big. On a global index, it's a very big commodity. But if you talk in terms of Indian context, definitely we play some part in that. And we are placed in a suitable size in the domestic market. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Sneha Mahajan, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Ms. Mahajan, your line.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And my question is, what are your internal revenue and EBITDA targets for FY30? And how much is expected revenue from overseas operations?
Madam, very difficult to answer that. 2030 you are asking. This is a very far away story. I will not be in position to give any figures or any percentage growth onto that. I have told previously also, we are growing and our target is to maintain our growth rate on a similar lines.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Sunita, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah.
So, sir, thank you for giving me the opportunity. So my question is, what are the company's internal targets for African revenue contribution by FY30?
Huh?
What are the internal targets for African revenue contribution for the year F30?
Madam, I've just replied the same question you are repeating. FY30, I will not be in position to answer on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Chirag Sindesha, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
So, I had one more question. Will you be able to give guidance for FY27 business-wise? Revenue
There
and
you can expect a growth of 30 to 40% range.
30 to 40% range across products?
Definitely.
And a margin similar or improvisation of 100, 200 bips? Can you give some guidance on that?
That is not in my hands, sir.
Okay, sir.
We are there to perform. The profits will come after we perform.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to Ms. Samiksha Ramteke from Kirin Advisors Private Limited for closing comments. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of Shera Energy Limited. If you have any queries, you can write to us at research@kirinadvisors.com. Once again, thank you for joining the conference call. Thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you. On behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
I thank you everyone for participating. And if you have any queries, you may send a mail to us. We will be happy to reply you. Thank you.